Howdy, howdy, folks. Welcome to Babble with Bronies. I am your host, Everlasting Joy, and with my co-workers on hand, Mr. Ben and Twilight is Magic, we want to welcome and thank you for coming here. Now then, first things first, we here at Babble with Bronies, and as Brony State moderators, Mr. Ben and myself, and Twilight is Magic, I would assume is included in this. We want to wish our very own Shizu a happy birthday. Her birthday was on Wednesday of last week, the 22nd, if I recall right. Yeah, the 22nd. So happy birthday to you, Shizu. We also want to wish a happy birthday to Gray Radian. She hasn't. We haven't seen much of her work lately, but if you have, if you've been with us for quite a while, you know who she is. She's not here for various reasons, one of them being time zone differences, but we too here want to wish Gray Radiant a very happy birthday. I'll be sending the recording of this to her eventually. And that too, thank you, Shizu. Lady Canary's birthday. She's a long-time regular here at Brony State, and we too wish to wish her a happy birthday as well. There's one more, but first of all, Lady Canary, congratulations, all of you. And one last thing, there is one more birthday, but we'll get to that in a minute, as y'all probably know who I'm talking about. But we'll get to that in a second. Now then, I do have one big thing I need to bring up here. Just give me a few seconds, folks, to get this set up. Okay, and I hope they are on. Where are you? Where are you? I hope, please don't tell me you're off. We have a call for, go ahead, Twilight is Magic. We've got a, an announcement that, there you are. We have a big announcement that I want to bring to everyone's attention here. So, give me a second to get this person in on the line. Good. I said don't show that, you stupid Skype. Do you not listen? The connection says it's crappy, but what does the connection know? Hello?
Hello.
Excellent. Can you hear everything okay?
I'm just checking now. Well, doesn't seem to be working like that. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, but only if I unmute the stream. That's not helpful.
Don't worry. All of that you'll hear on here is... You won't miss a thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, tell us who you are and tell us what you're announcing and all that.
Right. You will know me on Brony State as Chrysalis, or you might know me as Unfound Bug, or you might know me as the floor manager for Book 2013. And tomorrow, we're going to be doing a massive release of just about everything. We've got the program coming out. We have guests being announced. Pretty much we're here to tell everyone we are putting almost everything out. We're even lifting a hell of a lot on the Summer Sun celebration, which we've heard some people complaining we've been secretive of. So everything's coming out of the woodwork tomorrow.
Where can we find the announcement?
The announcement will be on www.bookcon.org. Because there we go. So you can send the link to you, so you can.
Very funny. Twilight is magic.
Fuck yeah! Yes, very funny.
Is there anything else you can tell us that you can tell us that maybe I'd missed?
Basically, we are announcing pretty much all the events, all the panels, all of the competitions. They are all coming out tomorrow. We've got actually full-on official panels for cast of MLP itself. We've got guests flying over from America to do these panels.
Holy crap.
We've got, we're paying for them to fly all the way over. As you might have seen earlier announced, we have John Delancey. We have other guests in the woodwork. We have a lot of MLP guests coming. And
nice.
On top of that, we have, I think it's about 18 different Brony musicians from all across Europe, all coming both not only for panels so you can talk to them. The Southern Summer Celebration is one massive Brony music festival. We have hired out an entirely separate venue, about 15,000 people,
Holy
for
crap.
music festival.
Wow, that's a lot of people. This is big.
Yep. The main venue can hold, we are hoping to get 1,300 people in one building.
Give me an idea of how do I want to word this?
Last year we had just over, I think it was 600, so we're almost triple the size this year.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you. That's nuts. That is big.
Yep, this is going to be huge. We've got so many people. We've got a 3-hour festival on the Saturday, another 3 hours on the Saturday. We have video competitions. We have fan fiction competitions. We have them running through the day. We've got a 4-hour Super Smash Brothers tournament if you really want to push for it.
Now you're just making me jealous. You really are.
Well, we even have people like Rec flying in to give off panels and demonstrations.
That's right. I know Rec is if you forgive the term, regular there.
Yep, he came last year. I believe, just like everyone else, he sold out. Will I get crazy during this? I believe you will do, Rec. I think James wants to join in as well, if you want to hear from our venue manager.
Okay. Yeah, why not? We can get a quick. If we can make it quick, that's what I'm trying to say. Blah blah blah.
Oh, just been corrected. It's a 5-hour festival on the Friday.
Okay, excellent.
How do I add people on this call? That's how. There we go. Got our floor manager coming in now as well.
Hello.
Our very own Gildash.
Hello? Oh, call's coming in.
Yep.
Yep.
This is where his internet derps again.
I'm trying to tiptoe around trying to get you to say anything that should not be revealed.
I am okay to release pretty much anything you want anything you want to know. There are a couple of super secret things.
Okay. Gildash?
Good evening. How are you?
Good enough. And yourself?
Oh, I'm not too bad, thank you. Not used to this particular environment, but hey ho, here we go.
Yep.
So what do you have to say as the venue manager?
As the venue manager, I can tell you we've got 2 absolutely cracking venues for our attendees to go to. We have the Bridgewater Hall, which can hold up to 1,500 people. So we're going to get a lot of people in there.
It sounds like it.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome. One of the biggest rooms that we've got is the Central Auditorium, which has fantastic acoustics, but more importantly, it's obviously an auditorium layout, so we've got a huge stage in the middle that we're going to put our panels on, so we can get every single attendee in there all at once. And we'll be hosting all our question and answer panels there, featuring all our community guests. And we'll also have a My Little Pony panel specifically featuring John Delancey, and we'll also be getting in Amy Keating-Rogers and Megan McCarthy Skyping into that channel as well. So you're going to be able to ask our people quite a lot of questions.
That sounds like it. If you pardon that.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we've also got another venue because we decided that one simply wasn't enough. So our other venue that we're looking into is Manchester Central, which fortunately enough for us all is actually across the road. And this is where we'll be hosting the Summer Sun celebration. So we're looking at upwards of 1,500 for that one. It's going to be, it's easily the biggest Baroni festival in all of Europe, actually.
Would you go so far as to say the world?
We probably have more community musicians than I believe BronyCon had at their last one. We have more of them. And we have a dedicated venue for ours. We have hired this building specifically for this event.
Yeah, nice. I think we've got around 10 musicians playing tracks and performing over 10 hours. So it's almost non-stop the whole way through. So there's a lot to get your hooves down to, as it were.
What can you tell me about the Summer Sun celebration? You've mentioned this and you got me intrigued in it.
This is actually what we was just talking about. We've hired Manchester Central. We have the likes of Tombstone. We have a lot of basically anyone we could get to fly over here or bring over here will be performing on a massive stage. We've got a full PA system. We're bringing in our own lights, so we know we've got a good lighting setup. It's going to be a hell of a party.
That sounds amazing.
It should be. We're working very, very hard on that, and we've just been finalising as much of the information as we can to get it out tonight for you all.
I just have to... I know I'm going to regret this, but when is this? When is all of this taking place?
This will be taking place in August of this year.
Okay.
So specific dates, 23rd of August, which is a Friday.
That'll be the
Summer Sun celebration, and I believe that's starting at 7, and it'll be finishing bang on midnight, basically.
Okay.
So that's a very late night event. And the central convention itself will be run on the 24th and the 25th of August. That's Saturday and Sunday. And doors will be opening at 10, and doors will be closing at 10 as well. Actually, that's not quite correct.
Doors close at 11 on the Saturday, because we will be holding another half past
10 on Saturday. We'll be hosting there. We don't have enough. We've got too many musicians. We just don't have enough time on the Friday to get them all in. So we've decided the best thing we could possibly do was, get some more live music for the Saturday as well. So the last 3 hours of our Saturday will be dedicated to more of our community musicians performing. We'll have 3 areas which our musicians will be performing, and our attendees will be free to basically leave and enter as they like. We'll have the entire venue to go around, so it's going to you're going to have all kinds of arenas for all kinds of music, and you get to pick and choose where you want to be.
You sound like you have this down to a science.
Oh, there's
one way
in our madness.
Madness.
We have a very Mythbusters method of science. Does it work? No. Oh well.
If it doesn't work, we come back and we do it bigger, and that's certainly what we're aiming to do this year.
And of course, when in doubt,
more bass.
I was going to say C4, but
actually, speaking of bass, we've got several staff working on a full-on. I think it's over 20 foot of bass cannon.
Holy friggin' crap, Batman.
we have a whole base cannon. It's going to be awesome. So people...
It's loud enough we're actually going to have to do sound checks to make sure we're not breaking noise pollution.
Yeah.
We will
Among
be
other
pushing
things.
Every limit.
I should probably give the health and safety announcement of people with a nervous position and heart problems and people who may be pregnant and have other health complications may want to vacate the premises when we bring the bass cannon on stage, because it's going to be loud. You might want to put your fingers in your ears because you might not be able to hear anything for a while afterwards.
Fingers in the ears won't count. We want them to feel this thing.
I don't think that's going to be hard to do with what you're proposing.
You're going to feel...
It's not what we're proposing. This is being built. We have a 20-foot bass cannon being built.
No. I'm not talking proposing as in making it in the works. I'm meaning actually bringing the blasted thing out.
Of course we're bringing it out.
It's going to be...
Of course we're turning it on.
Stage. It's one of our principal attractions. The venue that we've got for Manchester Central's, the ceiling's about, 15 metres. We've got a lot of space, and this thing's going on stage. I can tell you that without a shadow of a doubt. And when it goes on stage, all of Manchester's going to know about it.
Nice.
But
All right.
only when they're not measuring the levels.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, 1 minute, guys. Do you have any last things to say?
Yeah, come to book.
The SSC tickets are separate simply because it is separately ticketed because it is such a huge event on the Friday.
Yeah, we
Come on the Friday, you will not regret it.
Some of our attendees might just want to come to the party itself. If you want to do that, just come along on the Friday. If you want to go to just the convention, you've got Saturday and Sunday for that. If you want to come to both, and we'd really prefer you do, because we think you'll be missing out otherwise, then you can, of course, buy the Summer Sun Celebration and the main convention tickets, and you'll have access to both venues and both events. It's going to be awesome.
Twilight is magic. Book happens in Manchester.
And I'd like to point out, tickets are going to be going on sale very shortly, as in tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
We have 3 tiers of tickets. The top tier is actually being released in 2 sections. Half will be released tomorrow. The other half will be released next week. And these tickets include meals with the guests of honour. So you will actually go and have dinner with the likes of John Delancey.
Nice. Yes, people, I know the Skype is going nuts here. Bear with me. Just work with me here, all right, folks? Anyway, what was that about having dinner with the guests of honor?
The top tier tickets, our Celestia tier, all get dinner with John Delancey, etc.
Nice.
Our Celestia tier tickets, you get to do everything. You get to attend the Summer Sun Celebration. You get to attend the book convention. You even get to attend our after party, which I don't think we've touched on yet, which is... No, we've not. Our after party is on the Sunday night, and that runs from, I believe it's 11 until 2 in the morning. It's a very specialised venue that we've got there called the Fab Cafe, which is already suited. I think it's actually built like a Star Trek.
It's a clubhouse.
Inside.
It's a Star Trek clubhouse.
But we'll be theming it up for MLP in there, so you'll have the opportunity to meet some of our community guests and the VIPs in there as well. So if you want, Celestia Tier grants you access to that as well, and it also gives you the exclusive privilege of being able to attend a small guest dinner with our VIP. So there'll be some, I think it's 30 people sat at a table with the likes of John Delancey. And that'll also give you access to the Sunday guest buffet that we're holding, which will feature not only our VIPs, but every single community guest that we have invited to the convention.
Nice.
And I see we have also somehow added our chairman.
Saturn.
Our
Saturn.
very own Saturn, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's this? Who's just joined the call?
It's the end of the world.
As we know it. Saturn, can you hear us?
I can, yes.
Excellent.
Hear me.
It's so strange. I
They've-
used to watch all of it, and now I'm here talking to people.
Gildash and Unfound Bug here have basically ran over everything important. Do you have anything to add?
I don't have anything relevant to add. have you guys talked about how awesome the Summer Sun celebration is going to be?
We just spent like 10 minutes on it.
Fantastic.
Oh, cool. Because it's going to be awesome. Oh my god, come to it. Oh, there's going to be like explosions and...
We've got plenty of tickets, so, you really, really don't want to miss this out.
Yeah,
It's absolutely awesome.
You realize you're making all of us on the west side of the pond jealous? You really are.
We do have people from America flying over.
Yeah, we're flying some of you over,
Swimmer.
Make the jump, come on over.
You know what, Saturn? I'll hold you to that.
Come on, everyone swim over and come to Buck, and it's it's going to be wonderful. You're all going to be wet though, so remember to dry off.
We'll dry them off with the party cannons. Yes, we're also building those.
Don't need a hairdryer. We've got a base cannon.
Well, I've just been watching videos on YouTube about jet engines, so I'm considering building one this summer.
Please don't tell me we're bringing a
Hope
jet.
it's free time this
Why
summer.
not? We need a big party cannon.
I don't really want to blow the venues down.
Fill it with confetti. And vaporize.
Vapor.
I think we've got enough base. We can vaporize people as it is, to be honest.
Yeah. In fact, me and another of the Buck staff are making base cannons. We actually are.
They did discuss that.
Steel things. Oh, excellent. Yeah, I'm building the amplifiers. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah, I think we touched on just about everything, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the warning there. Andrew is building the amplifier for the bass cannon. That's how big it's going to be.
Yeah, so your warning sign is the bass cannon rolling out on stage. You might want to run.
All right, gentlemen, 1 minute. You got, I know I already said this, but that's because I had to add Saturn in at the last. 1 minute left. Do you have anything to say about it?
Come to Buck.
People should ask us questions. Does anyone have any questions they want to ask?
Actually, that is a good point. Audience?
How many watts?
How many watts?
How many watts is the bass cannon?
Okay, the amplifier, I'm aiming for between 750 watts and 1,000.
That's insane.
We're all going to die.
Kilowatt bass cannon. This is going to be epic.
I was considering using valves, but that would be huge. It would be huge and heavy and awesome and bright, but also expensive. So, no.
Yeah, audience, do you have any quick questions?
Are you going to have medics? Yes, we have dedicated first aid team.
We have a fantastic
dedicated
first aid team in place. They're absolutely brilliant people. Quite a few of them were from last year as well. They were running around quite hectically, but hopefully they won't be needed. But of course, if they are needed, we do have them there.
Giant syringes.
I'm just picturing a whole slew of TF2 medics there saying Oktoberfest in harmony.
With pony ears.
I think I should put that forward as their new uniform. If we get more people coming to Buck.
You make a backronym deciphering of Buck.
I don't think we've got a backronym of Buck, actually.
Okay, well, Buck, it was weird. It was originally Brony UK Convention, but with the C and the K swapped around because...
Don Goofs.
Big put letters up properly, unfortunately.
But, yeah, we're just calling it Buck because it's simpler.
Well, it works and it's simple.
Yeah?
Yeah, let that be a lesson of getting cheap labour.
Good lord.
Oh yes, also Galacon is going to be amazing. I shouldn't really be advertising our rival. They're not our rival. They're our
friends.
They're our friends, yes. So, but yes, Galacon is also good. If you can make Galacon and can't make Buck, definitely go with Galacon. But if you can make Buck, come to Buck because we're going to be more awesome.
And if you're lucky enough to be able to make both, well...
Yes, do come to both. I'm currently trying to steal Lil B. He's in Germany, and he's going to Galacon. So I'm going to steal him and bring him to Buck, and it's going to be awesome.
I was going to give the why not both line, but that works. Yeah.
Hell, even just coming to meet Rec should be reason enough.
Oh yes, Rec is one of our guests, so he's going to be there. So if you want to meet him and like give him all the hugs, then do that. I know I will.
Got it.
What he doesn't realise, you're going to stick a sign on the back of Rec saying, "Hug me."
Yes.
No. You got to go for the classics, man. Kick me.
Oh, don't kick Rec.
But it's a classic. How can you?
To be honest,
How can you go against the
I think-
classics?
No, I think hugging
Why do
Rec
you
would
ignore
be
it?
far more disturbing for him than kicking him. trust
I
me.
think you successfully stole Little B. We have a built B-State panel. Unfortunately, considering what happened
No.
last year, he and James vetoed Brony State panels. Me and James vetoed it to high hell.
I vetoed it as well. It was, oh good lord. Yeah.
Unfortunately, last year the Brony State panel was a little bit
Underplanned.
unorganised. I think is I think you can charitably say.
Guys, and
But
horrifying.
it's a logistics thing, and unfortunately, we don't really have the.
We don't actually even have the time. We've
yeah,
got that much going on. We don't have the time.
Our program is jam packed. It's unbelievable. We actually had to have a meeting about 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes before the call, just to make sure that everything was still in place as it were, whilst we got all this information out to you. But it's all looking quite good, to be honest. And the fact that we've got a full program, and we were struggling to fit events together, should prove that there'll be more than enough for you to do.
With that jam-packed, half an hour was a big issue.
In fact, there's so much that it's leaking out, and we had to make some fun celebrations.
Yeah, you'll honestly wish that you had a mirror pool that you could bring clones of yourself. There's that much to do. You won't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we do need to. I need to keep my show moving, but I thank you for coming on and announcing everything.
It's been a pleasure.
Yay!
Right. It's been a pleasure to be on.
Thank you.
Keep an eye out tomorrow for when we actually release everything.
Everything.
There'll be a huge press announcement. Should be on.
BronyUK.org.
All right.
BronyCom.org.
No,
Buckcom.
.org. Well, but either or will work. BrodyUK.org or Buckcom.org.
Sounds
Yeah, I think
good.
the redirect
Oh, yeah.
works. or type book 2013 into Google. You'll find us.
It's easy enough.
Buck 3014 YOLO swag.
Yes, I'm glad to show
Oh,
that.
good lord. All right.
I should change the SEO on the site so it'll come up if you type Buck 2013 YOLO swag.
That's terrible. Now you're just going to get all. You're going to get stuff you don't want. All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Always a
Having
pleasure
us.
to
Take care.
address my
Right, see ya.
See you.
See you all later.
Ladies and gentlemen, the staff of Buck. Hope that those of you who can go, because I would love to go. But let's carry on from here. Shall we? All right, yeah. Just a few other little announcements I have here. Yeah, I'm going to be going rather quick here, and we're definitely going to be going over. So whoever's on the next stream, I do apologize for. We're going to be blowing over. We definitely are going to be blowing over, folks. I am sorry for that. So if anyone is in the queue to stream, I'm sorry about that. But this announcement here comes from our good friend Death Pony, and I hope he's in the audience today. No, he isn't. Oh well. Long story short, he has this little poll for him. Go ahead and vote on it. Quote, the deadline is Wednesday, the 29th of May, end quote. So you can vote for his designs on a We Love Fine contest. Do it. Give him my support. Give him your support. Just tell him I sent you for all just tell him vote on his shirts, okay, people? And this next one, this one's closed, but I do want to bring it up for a few reasons. Um, this one was from Toxic Mario. He, let's see if. Long story short, he had some car trouble and asked for donations. But I only bring this up because I just want to tell you this story. With less than 6 hours, he reached his goal. I thought that was pretty darn amazing. And I'll bring this back up a little bit later, not this episode, in the future, but it's definitely worth reading. All right, one last thing. This one is actually just a fanfic I want to bring to your guys' attention. This is Com Killer is working with Toxic Mario to write a fanfic on his Wereluna character. And the title of it is titled Midnight Terror. There's Com Killer's DeviantArt. Check it out if you're into the Wereluna character of Toxic Mario. This one apparently fleshes a lot of things out concerning the character. I haven't had a good chance to even take a look at it, partially because long fanfics I have a hard time reading because I have to sit there and read the whole thing in one sitting. That's me personally. And as such, I rarely get around to reading these long chapter ones. But anyway, if you're into Wereluna, if you're into Luna, you're into Toxic Mario, you're into reading fanfic, check it out. Okay, you guys want... Let me check who is in here first. We have quite a good catch of... All right, Muffin Char, I see you there. And Derpy Hooves. Okay, we have a good share of videos, but we also have quite a bit of art. So I'll let you guys ask. Art or music first? And Vest is here? Excellent. Oh, I'm actually impressed. Vest. So I got 3, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 to 2, 5 to 2. I think it's pretty clear where you guys stand, folks. Let's start with the videos. Of course. Who do I want to start with? Okay, actually I'll do this one. This first one is by, speaking of Death Pony, what I said, this first one comes from him titled Apple Horse After a Day of Work. This one, sorry. Gotta get my ugly mug out of there. This one is a photograph, he said. I was kind of talking about him with this earlier in the week. Basically, this is a photograph in the background, but to be honest, I like what he did. Yeah, I usually do Twilight is Magic, but I thought I'd get this one just because anyway. Anyway, you remember how I've been showing a lot of 3D work with Death Pony here? Well, I love how it's leading up to a lot of this stuff. I really do. This is nothing short of amazing from him. And I've always been joking. I've always been joking with on this show that he's eventually going to make the ponies appear in real life one day, as in not put them on photo, as in I'm actually petting Pinkie Pie. I know he would start with Pinkie Pie first, but that's another story. Anyway, Yes, I will get those who are here. So why don't I start with... And if I do him, I'm going to have to go through a lot of others first. This next one is by Vest, titled Go Home, Berry Punch. Your daw. Vest, do you have anything to say about this before I comment on it? And I'm probably going to be commenting on it as you're typing, so just if you have anything to say it now, please, is what I'm asking. Anyway, found this one. This one's just really silly, but really cute, as the title would lend itself to state. Is that wine or grape juice she's drinking there, Vest? I gotta ask. Okay, it was lined by llamas with katanas. I will acknowledge his or her work. Dark Horse. You have a very good knack for colors. Say if it isn't evident by what I've shown on here before, I think this should be evident of that. Okay, a grape cider, that works. All right. Fair enough. That she doesn't look drunk, so I'm gonna assume that she isn't. Yeah. Yeah, you can. If I recall right, Mr. Ben, you certainly can. All right, let us move on. Now, I'm going to be showing three pictures here, and they're going to be by three different people, and some of them I'm going to come back to later. But for now, I want to get... Do you remember how I said there was another birthday being celebrated this week? Well, this first one comes from us from Muffinshire, titled "Happy Birthday, Sibsy." And of course, Muffinshire, if you have anything to say, write it in the chat right now, please. Shizu. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, it was one of the storyboard artists of the show, Sibsy's, birthday this week. Same day, yeah, on the 22nd as well. Yeah, look at all these birthdays we've had on the 22nd. Quite a bit of them. But we here at BwB and Brony State also wish to wish Sibsy a happy birthday. Congratulations. By the way, will some dimensional mishap happen if they touch Muffinshire, Sibsy, and Wildfire? I just gotta ask. I'll keep that in mind, Moonview. I like that answer, Muffinshire. I like that a lot. All right, I put it in. All right, let us move on. Where is it? Where is it? No, no, no. Here we go. This next one is titled Wildfire by Joey Darkmeat. Quote, "Happy birthday, Sibs. Hope you have yourself a nice one, sweetie." End quote. Knit. I'm going to take it as you've either met her or read her DA. But anyway, I have to agree with you on that, Mr. Ben. I like how this. I like the way he does the form here. We're going to see 3 other bits from him in a couple of minutes here, but this one really highlights how he has the pony form down. And I got to admit, it's pretty nice. It looks the funny thing is I always find the torso of his to be human, if you will. If he is here, I don't think he is. He normally doesn't show up. Anyway, let's carry on. Where is that last one? Here it is. And this last one is by Mickey Monster, titled "A Wildfire." Quote, "Now that's a speed run. Happy birthday, Sibs. With greetings from Mickey Monster." Vordox. Anyway, the thing that that really kind of I'm sorry, folks. That kind of threw me off, Vordox's comment. Anyway, I like the way he does ponies as well here. There's one coming up here in a little bit that's going to look kind of reinforce what I say, but what's nice about this one is it looks rather Disney-like, and I kind of like that. I'm not answering that one, Mr. Ben. I'm not going to dig myself already deeper than I already put myself. Anyway, why don't we just finish up Mickey Monster while we are here? This next one, and this is where this is what I was meaning by that. Yes, I know Anastasia is not Disney related, but I don't care. Anyway, this is titled Sombra Returns Screenshot Part 1. As I said, this is a song from the movie Anastasia. It's the song In the Dark of the Night. If you can listen to this one online or on YouTube or somewhere, go for it. It's a really nice song. It really is. But, quote, "Couldn't get this image of Sombra and Trixie in a song number of In the Dark of the Night from Anastasia." End quote. That's where you were going with that, Derby Hooves. Very funny. Anyway, let us move along now. Oh, I know. This next one comes to us from someone else sitting in our audience. It's by a guy known as Sorrow's Edge, but you guys are going to know him better as Derpy Hooves. This one's titled Weather Pony Extraordinaire. Let me get you the link for this first. There's the link, and I was asked to credit CSI Mad Max, who was the creator of this. Derpy Hooves asked CSI to, if I can get that link, close enough. Derpy asked, yeah, I was just going to say commissioned, I should say. CSI was the one who created it. Anyway, yes, this pony is none other than our very own Nittany Discord sitting us with us in our audience. So yeah, we have 3 people here. We've got Nit, whose pony that is. Derpy Hooves is the person who commissioned this and whom I have it titled under. And CSI Mad Max is the actual creator and one I asked to credit, which I'm all for. I'm all for crediting, but it just falls under all of these people. The thing I really love about this is the lighting. You can definitely check some of the shading on the back end of his body and the face. Blah. Can't think today. The stormy weather, given what Nittany does, really makes sense. It's really cool. And I love the color scheme too. That's very true, Sinwicka. That is very true. Anyway, I got it in there. Got that. Very good. Are you still working on that other one, Twilight is Magic? You know the one I'm talking about. I'm curious if... Nope, he still isn't, but... Alright, why don't we go with... We don't have any comics this week. And I like to save those for the end. But I think No, I'm going to save that one for later. This one is by a new guy known as More Vespengus. I hope I pronounced that correct. More Vespenagus. Titled On a Wing and a Prayer. Much like Death Pony, this one went for a very realistic look. Unlike Death Ponies, of course, this one was completely, as far as I know, hand-drawn. It's an amazing looking piece. I love the lines on this one. Vespin Gas. Okay, thank you, Twilight is Magic. No, Mr. Ben, I'm not going there. Anyway, I love the lighting on this one just as well. There's a castle. I assume that's to be Canterlot in the background, nicely lit, but this storm a brewing overhead with the lightning and all that fun jazz. It looks really cool. And Dash, that outfit, you need to wear that more. The Flyer's jacket suits you. We'll ignore the obvious reason. You must construct additional Zorbies. All right. Where else? Okay, let's go with this one. This one's titled The Number One Greatest Perfectest Pet by Harwick's Art. Let's see if I can get that blown up just a bit. Yeah, there we go. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Where does that quote put it? There was a quote in here he put somewhere where this is how Dash probably sees the world, or at least somewhat. And I have to, first of all, I have to agree with that. And second, that's quite a way to see the world, with fireworks and rings of fire, a flying tortoise, and you're flying with the tortoise. That's impressive. As usual, he lends his talents here wonderfully. We've shown his work on here many times, and there's a reason for that. Okay, thanks. Thank you, Matt the Shadow Man. Twy. Excellent, excellent work, Harwicks. This is your world on Dash. Any questions? All right. Why don't we go with Joey Darkmeat and get his here? This first one, these next three are what he did was re-envision the fanon interpretation of how everyone sees the Team Fortress 2 characters paired with the pony characters. I was hoping to show these last week, but he didn't get back to me until early last week, which is fine. I'll show your work if you get back to me like that. But this one, anyway, this one's titled Meet the Sniper, wherein he has Rarity as the sniper. Yes, I'll read it. Don't worry. Oh, my stars! Look at that dashing headpiece on that dapper devil down there. A fool with a fabulous sense of fashion. And it even matches his little shoes. I think a generous shade of yellow is all you're lacking, dearie. And for those of you who have never played Team Fortress 2, that jar she has, let me put it to you this way. Bear Grylls. I'm just going to let that sink in for a minute. This next one is titled Meet the Medic and Heavy. As I said, he was re-envisioning it for poops and giggles, as in going against what everyone thought, which that's the point, is these are supposed to be off, different. Trixie Muffins. And now for one of the world's worst, this one's titled Meet the Heavy and the Medic. And now for one of the world's worst German accents, folks. Get a grip, fatty. You call that a battle cry? For some reason, I can't break my Scottish accent on this one. So bear with me. Daisy and Daffodil Sandwich. This next one is titled Meet the Engineer. All right. Give me that thing. You gotta share turns. Oh, come on! I had to set it up first! The paint's not even finished! Which one of you brain donors broke our snack machine? If I don't get my dollar back, I'm gonna flip! Agreed, Mr. Ben. I will kill you and kill you and kill you! It's, Joey, if you're reading or hearing this, thank you for breaking the mold like you did, because that was funny. All of these have been funny. He has several others, folks, so go to his profile and check out the others. I think he has everyone done right now. So, send it to me in the private message, Dark. Knit. Got that. Okay, moving on. Okay, I'm going to go with this one next. This one's titled Raise the Stakes by Toxic Mario. Muffinshire. Alright, like I said, this one is titled Raise the Stakes. Where is it? Quote, remember how I said I was moving to the background ponies? Well, here we go. First up, Trixie. I was dying to do Trixie since I did DBZ AJ. I still love how people think I hid muffins in these. As I said, muffins are in comics, not single picks. So why Frieza for Trixie? Well, simple. I did Twilight as Goku, and Trixie is her enemy, and Trixie literally is Frieza so perfectly. She's brash, cocky, overconfident. Come on, need I say more? End quote. Gotta move that gear. I did. Okay, good. I'm glad he's continuing this on, and I gotta ask though, who do you want to? Which more background or secondary character would you want to see? Yeah, that's the exact same thing I was wondering, Mr. Ben. Very funny, Twilight is magic. Albeit that's not a bad line. Vegeta was AJ Serganjov. Check out his other works on here. Something I do want to say about this, though, for those of you, I'm going to spoil something here, folks, so bear with me. Trixie is using that homing disc. For anyone who's seen this, Cyber Trixie, or something like a cybernetic Trixie. Tox, get on that. All right. Night, Envy. We got that one done. Okay, I'll go with this one. I should have gone with him first, but that's okay. These next four are by Citra. And what he's done is basically put, I'll say new, but some really nice looking outfits on the some really nice outfits on the main six. First up is Western AJ, or AJ Western. Thing that I really like this outfit, folks. I know it's a little too obvious, maybe, but he makes it work because I would go so far as to say he makes it work because he does the complete outfit. The jeans, the boots, the shirt, everything just goes together, and everything works wonderfully here. Take care, Gildash. Anyway, and by the way, that braided hair, that's cute. Mr. Ben. Anyway, this next one is titled Hip Shy. No, not hipster, as in hippie. There's that. I always say that when it comes to outfits on Fluttershy, they need to be breezy, wavy, almost transparent like this, and he utilized that beautifully. Not only that, but I think the flower around her eye is really cute. Okay. Anyway, hip shy. Hippie shy is best shy. This next one is titled Wing Ups. Okay, this one, I just have to throw this out there. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there we go. I just got to throw this out there, folks. This is begging for 80s montage music. This really is. Either that or just about any montage music, 80s or past. Get you the link. There we go. Very funny, Twy. Anyway, that's pretty intense that she's doing it on one wing. I've only seen push-ups on one hand. I haven't seen them in live person, actually. Anyway, no, I'm not going to. You guys can, but I'm not going to put the music to this. This next one is titled Librarian Princess Twilight. Again, much like with AJ, what I think works wonderfully here is that the whole outfit goes, that he went through with the whole outfit. And in this case, he really went through with the librarian outfit, and it works wonderfully. By the way, just for the sake of argument, I'll state what she's reading. And I know this is going to start a shitstorm. Brony Alicorn Haters, What to Do? By Princess Cadenza. Yeah, actually, I have to agree with you on that one, Mr. Ben. One wonders why she has those shoes, but I think that's just to complement the outfit. All right, that was Citra. Very good job on all of those Citra, and I can't wait to show the rest of them if you're going to do them, of course. But I hope you do. If you're hearing this, I hope you do. Okay, I'll do these two. These next two are by Pixel Kitties. First one titled Equestria Girls Adventure. This last panel killed me. To this day, I just can't stop laughing at it. Yes, again, I know I'm lighting a lot of people's feet here, but I really don't care. Thankfully, there's no text in this one either. Yes, I'm just going to throw that out there, that Hellraiser reference. Oh, crime in Italy. This last panel. I gotta say, there's just so much wrong with this last panel. That's what's so hilarious about it. I'm gonna say what all of the comments have been saying. Twilight, you're not high enough. All right, let's move on. This next one is titled Time and Space. And there it is. This is one of those lineless arts that she's done. I know she's done a few of them. She's done one of them before, I'm sorry. And we showed it on here. The Cadence and Shining Armor one. But this one is Dr. Who's and Derpy. Oh, gosh, Mr. Ben. Ugh. Anyway, I really like this lineless art people do. Why? It's a nice change of pace. Don't get me wrong, I do like it when you fill in the lines. By all means, do that. But again, sometimes this lineless art is just a nice change of pace. Showed it? Okay, good. Just about done here with the art, folks. This next one is by our good friend Rubelgun. It does, Matt the Shadow Man. It really does. I'm not too sure about this one. What that's saying down there, folks. Here, I'll throw this out there because I don't speak a lick of Russian, and I was too stupid to translate it. But from what we see here, I really like this lighting here because you got this mostly dark background and the pony itself, but the green and red lighting on it really stand out and really make a pretty picture here. Yeah, I got that Dark Enigma. That was that previous pause there. But anyway, if anyone can Twilight Sprinkle, go ahead. If you can translate it, go nuts. So long as it's clean, I will say that, but relatively clean for this place. Fair enough. I give him credit where credit is due. It's not a red and black alicorn. All right, moving along. All right, these. Oh, which one do I want to show? I'll show this one. These next two are by our good friend Alasso. Again, if you're hearing this, Alasso, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct, man. Anyway, this is Age Spell Second Chance. Quote, everybody deserves a second chance, and if you add an age spell in the process, it's even more fun. End quote. Anyone else liking this concept? I know we've showed quite a bit of his work concerning that age spell concept of his, but anyone else raising their hands saying, I'll get back to that in a second, Dark Horse. Anyone else like this concept? Because I do. It's a cool scheme. No, Dark Horse, I did not know that. I'm already imagining the fanfic that accompanies this, folks. I really am, and if put in the right hands, that'd be really cool. Actually, Alasso, if you're hearing this, maybe you can make a story out of this. That might be a cool idea. Anyway, one last by him. This one is cute, and we'll be showing another bit of this next week, but this one's titled Fluttercop. Yeah, if our whole heavy, Fluttershy is heavy from TF2 didn't work, Mr. Ben, I know you're gonna go nuts with that. Anyway, this one's titled Fluttercop. And yes, I'm going to put a little scenario just because you guys like my voice acting. Stop right there, bad guy. That is, if it's okay with you. That I have to agree with you too, Twilight is Magic. That star cutie mark. That star taped over her cutie mark. By the way, what did Angel do to get quote-unquote arrested? And what do you guys think? Double homicide. Okay, good cop over. All right, speaking of Fluttershy, wow, I can't believe how many Fluttershy picks we have this week. This next one is titled Fluttershy, Oh Yes, by Aaron JVL. Never trust a bunny. There's the link. This one was just uber cute, and it was really domestic violence. This one was just uber cute. I love the lighting, and I love the style he did this in. He puts it under painting and airbrush, and if that's the case, I think that's really creative. And of course, that bloody ponytail is too cute. You make a good point there, Dark Enigma. You really do. Yeah, that's true, Matt the Shadow Man. Well, it looks like this pony has two tails. And then cue your yeah, Dark Enigma. All right. Now, we're going to move on to videos, but I do have something I want to bring up first concerning one video in oh, wait. That's right. I didn't get his permission. I'm sorry. Never mind. This last one is a duh. This last one is by the Triforce Bearer. Mogul Dash is using a created a song which I personally listened to and I personally endorse, but I never got Mogul Dash's permission to show it. So unfortunately, I can't show it on here, folks. And yeah, that's one of the things I do is save for people like Toxic Mario and Citra, people I've interviewed, or I show on here a lot, like Muffinshire, where I get their permission beforehand. If you're new, or maybe even a recurring person, but I haven't asked you to be on my permanent list yet, I like to ask them if I can use it, because the last thing I need is to have someone coming at me saying, "Don't show my work, jeez," or something to that effect. Anyway, I do. The link to that video of Mogul Dashes is in the description, so I recommend listening to it. It is a good one. But anyway, this is the album cover to not only that song, but his entire, well, album. The redundancy is redundant. It's based off of a Mass Effect 3 pony crossover. This just looks, and just from me looking at this looks like something out of something big, epic, grand, something like even Star Trek-esque big. And that's kind of actually what it reminds me more of is Star Trek, and you could almost, and of course Mass Effect, but work with me here, folks. I've never played the Mass Effect games. So, and before you ask, it's money. I did not have money then, and I still don't have money. But that's another story. Anyway, the pic alone just says giant scope, and I just love that to death. You did a really good job on this one, Triforce Bearer. All right, moving along. Now we're getting to videos. You want a song, or you want a song, or the only the video we have, the not song. Got one for the not song. Not song, that's 2. Howdy JRP2234, by the way. The video, the not song. Okay, I think it's pretty unanimous here. We'll go with the not song. Okay, I've been wanting to show this guy's work for a long time, but the problem is most of his videos are about 10 minutes or longer in length, and the problem is if I show those, I pretty much have to work the entire first hour around that, and that gets really, it's difficult. But this one's only about 3 minutes and 4, somewhere in that neighborhood anyway, in length, so it was perfect. This one is titled Iron Man Meets My Little Pony by Toucan LDM.
Well, look what we got here, boys.
Yeah, 2 little wimpy ponies having a little picnic together.
What do you think we should do with them?
I say we have some fun together.
I like that idea.
What do you suppose that thing is?
Ah, who cares? Let's just get rid of it so it won't scare our fun away. Let me take care of this.
think you're all tough in there, Tin Can? Well, let's see if you can handle this. What the?
So much for a pleasant walk in the park.
Please, creature of heavy metal, I beg you, stop! I'll do anything you want, anything.
What taketh stock so long? We should have started this meeting 15 minutes ago.
Hey guys, sorry that I'm late for our meeting. I was just taking Clover here for a walk.
But I told you my name is Garble.
Shut up! Your name is Clover!
Okay, sir.
That's Iron Man Meets My Little Pony by Toucan LTM. All right, let's go with this one. This next one is titled "The Real World" by the Lucides. The Real World by the Loose Seeds. By the way, something worth noting, this is not the only song he released this week. He released 2 other songs, and because songs take more time than art, I asked him to pick one. He's making a new album titled The Null Zone that you can see on the picture there. And check out the other 2 songs. They are just as good. Yeah, I think that's the one, Dark Enigma. But anyway, focusing on the video here, check out his other work. He's released a few others this week. And we'll keep an eye out on his release for any more albums of The Null Zone, or any other piece of his for that matter. All right. I think we'll go with this one since we're kind of on this more modern tone. I guess that's the best word. This next one is titled Duality by Crystal Slave Music. Anyway, Duality by Crystal Slave Music. And we wrap it up with a bit of a more slower piece this time, folks. This one's titled Evening Star, Friendship is Magic, an orchestral arrangement by Pony Evening Star. I had about 2 different people giving me this to put this one in the show. So, this one was going in the show. No doubt about it. Anyway, let's go. Pony Evening Star. Friendship is Magic, the orchestral arrangement. Yo. Alright, that is everything, folks. Something I forgot to mention. There's a reason I start with news, people, because this is exactly what happens. For this week on Brony State, our movies are Enter the Dragon is our A movie. Tron is the B movie, the 80s version, not the new one. The first Pony episode is Green Isn't Your Color, and Pony 2, the second one, is Ponyville Confidential. So stop on by this Friday, the 30th. That would make sense. The 30th of whatever this month is. And hope you enjoy the show. Otherwise, if you can't make the 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time deadline, we have our re-showing on Saturday at 2 o'clock, 1400 hours Eastern Standard Time. So stop on by. Hope to see you there. All right, let's get to the ponies. I've wasted enough of your guys' time. You want to get on to the main show.
This meteor shower tonight's gonna be amazing.
Awesome!
You know, this shower only happens once every 100 years.
A centennial celebration!
We better get a move on.
Don't want to be late! Whoa, whoa, whoa! There!
Spike, did you grab my quill and ink?
Check!
Scrolls?
Check! I've also packed the telescope, apples, bananas, fruit punch, and my freshly baked homemade triple decker nut crazy vanilla cream cookies.
I can see that. Once again, you read my mind, Spike, and that is why you are my #1 assistant.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
That is why you are my #1 assistant.
Miss that? Huh?
I said... Come on, let's get going. Wait, I almost forgot. I want to bring the Astronomical Astronomer's Almanac to all things astronomy.
The Astronomo Lomo coming to what?
You know, that really old big blue book on stars, moons, planets, the universe?
Right, check!
Hey, what's taking my #1 assistant so long? My little pony, my little pony. Ah, I used to wonder what friendship could be. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure, tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness, it's an easy feat. And magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Do you know you're all my very best friends? I was sure I put the Astronomer's Guide back. The book would have helped me identify different planets and stars tonight.
Well, maybe someone borrowed it. Besides, you don't need that book. You can already name all the planets and stars because you're super smart and astronomically awesome.
Thanks, Spike. You're such a flatterer.
Yeah, I'm a sweet talker.
And a #1 assistant, right?
Check.
Wow, Twilight. You're lucky to have such a rad assistant. I wish I had someone to do whatever I told them.
Ooh, me. I'll do whatever you want, Rainbow Dash.
Oh, yeah, Pipsqueak? How about taking out the trash?
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have Spike to thank again for this amazing spread? Isn't he simply amazing?
Aw, come on. I said come on.
Little Spikey Wakey. Who knew that big ferocious dragon started off so cutesy-wootsy?
Spike, you are such a little star that I had to make this little bow tie for you.
Gosh, you guys are embarrassing me. Stop it. Twilight, your turn.
Spike, that's enough.
All right, that's enough.
Hey, every pony, the show is starting. All right.
This happens every day. Wow, these cookies are delish.
Spike made them. Speaking of, Spike, can you bring us some punch? Spike?
Oh, poor little thing.
Aw, he's worked himself to the bone.
And now the punch has been spiked.
Good night, Spike. Sweet dreams, #1 assistant. The study of comets. Comets are small, irregularly shaped bodies that are made of non-volatile grains and frozen gases. They... have body structures that are fragile and diverse. Shoot! Oh, this is a job for Spike. If only he were awake. Wait! Don't go! Don't be afraid! Thank you for returning my scroll. Gosh, it's cold tonight. Say, would you like to relax in here and keep me company while I work? Now, where was I? Oh, yes, fragile and diverse with a surrounding cloud of material called a coma that grows in size and brightens as the comet approaches.
I overslept! I know it's already 10, but I'm scaly-tailed and bright-eyed, ready to work twice as fast. Oh, please don't be upset, Twilight. What do you want for breakfast? Oatmeal? How about a sunflower smoothie? Grass pancakes?
Spike, don't worry.
But my morning chores.
It's okay. Aloysius did them for you.
Who?
He's our new junior assistant. He's gonna help out with your chores so you won't be so tired all the time.
Well, what do we need a junior assistant for? I'm not tired. I do fine on my own. I don't need sleep.
Spike, don't worry. He's just here to help out a little. Now I have to go out. So why don't you introduce yourself to Aloysius? He's in the library.
Worried? Do I look worried? I'm not worried. Who's worried? Hello? Hello? Whoa! Dude, that's creepy. Hi there. I'm Spike. I'm sure Twilight has told you all about me. Spike? You know, assistant #1. I'm Spike. And who are you? And what are you? Who? I thought your name was Aloysius. Okay, who, Aloysius, whatever. I'm Spike, okay? Look, all you need to know is that I'm #1 and you're #2. Got it? So, a man of mystery, huh? I'm keeping my eye on you. I've got eyes in the back of my head, too, you know. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. That bird is out for my job. He wants to be #1. Well, I'll prove to Twilight that I deserve to be #1, not Freaky Feathers over there. I won't let him have my job if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, what a fantastical, fluffalicious, feathery little friend! I'm Hoot! He's just wonderful.
He's just wonderful. Yes, wonderful. He is quite the charmer.
And Aloysius is just such a star. I just had to make this little bow for you.
What's he all saddle sore about?
He's probably just jealous of Aloysius. Maybe Spike feels threatened or worried that Aloysius will replace him.
Replace him? Ha! That's crazy. Spike knows he can't be replaced.
They're trying to replace me. I better step it up and make sure that Twilight and Aloysius know that I'm still number one.
Hey, Spike, can you fetch me that book called Two-Headed
Mythological Mysteries. I know where it is.
Thanks, Aloysius. Hey, Spike, no worries. Aloysius flew up and got the book for me. Oh, and gee, I guess I need Ferrets of Fairyland, too.
Hey! Oh! Oh!
Climb down from there before you fall. Shoot!
Yes, sir!
My last writing quill. It's broken.
Never fear. Spike, your number one assistant, is here. Quill, where is it? Right here. Quill. Where is it? Where am I gonna get a quill?
Spike, wait! Wait!
But the store is called Quills and Sofas. You only sell two things.
Sorry, Junior. All out of quills until Monday. Need a sofa?
I swore I had one here somewhere. Ah, here it is. A quince.
Not a quince, a quill.
Right. A quill? A quilt. A quesadilla? Aha! A quiche.
Not a quiche, a quill.
Nope. Sorry. A lot of quills.
Oh, shoot. Come on, chicken. Here, chicken, chicken, chicken. Here, chicken, chicken, chicken. Come here. Come here.
No, hey, quit it!
Spike, to the rescue.
Oh, Spike. I was calling out for you when you were turning this place upside down. Aloysius gave me one of his feathers to use as a quill.
That's just great. Perfect. Sweet. I think I'll just, finish up the rest of my chores. Or did Aloysius already do them?
Oh, no. There are quite a lot of them.
Well, that's fine, because I can just stay up all night and finish.
Poor Spike. He'll come around. He's genuinely a good little guy.
Huh?
Spike, what is this? You said this book was missing. Well, Aloysius found it right where it belongs. But like this. How did it get this way?
Well, you see, I just didn't want to disappoint you, and, have you ever seen a dragon sneeze?
I've seen a dragon lie. I'm very disappointed in you, Spike.
You set me up. Well, two can play that game. Ooh, not who, two! Ugh! Aloysius is out to take my place. I just know it. I've got to stop him. But how?
Come along, Opal. Let's hurry up and get to Fluttershy's tea party.
So lifelike. And when Twilight discovers it shredded up on her floor, she'll think mouse-eating Aloysius is to blame. And I'll be number one again. That poor little field mouse, torn to pieces. It must have been Aloysius. Since owls eat, mice. What a terrible, terrible bird. He must be punished. Right?
Spike, I don't know what upsets me more. That you deliberately tried to set up Aloysius, or that you actually thought this pathetic attempt would work. You've let your jealousy get the best of you, Spike. I am truly disappointed. This is not the Spike I know and love.
She doesn't love me anymore. Twilight hates me. I'm cold, hungry, tired, and lonely. Could it get any worse? I guess that's a yes. Hello? Hello? What is that? If this is what running away is all about, I never want to go home. Jumps! Even if my tummy's full, the rest of me is still empty. I miss Twilight and the Pony Gang, but she doesn't love me anymore. So, I'm better off here, all by myself. Wow, seems to be getting warmer. The steam is great for my complexion, but it's sure getting hot in here.
What are you doing in my cave? And why are you eating my gems?
Hey, bro. I didn't know this was your cave. And I didn't know these were your gems, but we're cool, right? Whoa, whoa. Hey, we're like brothers, you know? I mean, you're a dragon, I'm a dragon. It's us against the world, right? You don't scare me. So you're big. Really big. And your claws are super sharp. Tail, extra spiky. But, you don't scare me. Ha! How'd you like that? I'd love to stay, but gotta go. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. You! Hurry! Hop on! It's too dark! I can't see! Ooh, ooh. We were so worried about you. I was so worried about you. Why did you run away? I thought you didn't need me anymore. And that you didn't love me anymore.
Spike, sure I was disappointed, but you are my #1 assistant and friend, and you always will be. It's just that sometimes I need some help at night. I can't ask you to stay up late. You're a baby dragon, and you need your rest. Owls are nocturnal, so I asked Aloysius to help, but not to take your place. No one could ever replace you, Spike, not even when you are being a jealous numbskull.
I'm sorry, Twilight. I never should have been so jealous.
And I'm sorry too, Spike. I should have been more sensitive.
And Aloysius, I know now that you weren't out to take my job. Forgive me? Who? Me. Forgive me, Spike. Who?
He forgives you, Spike.
Hey! How did you guys know where I was?
It was your ketchup-covered feet. Aloysius discovered your footprints, and we followed them all the way to the cave.
Oh yeah, the ketchup. It looked pretty real though, didn't it?
I know Princess Celestia will want to read about what happened today.
I'm ready when you are.
Hey, Spike, why don't you write to Princess Celestia and tell her what you've learned?
Really? Why, that's a big responsibility.
I know, but nothing my #1 assistant can't handle.
Dear Princess Celestia, this is Spike, writing to you about my adventures. This week, I learned that being jealous and telling lies gets you nowhere in friendship. I also learned that there's plenty of love for every friend to share. So from here on out, I promise that I, Spike, will...
Oh, Spike. Who? Spike. You know... Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Owl's Well That Ends Well. So, thoughts, comments, questions? Where do you guys want to start? Something just worth noting here, folks. This is one of those episodes wherein on my show notes, I have only about a page of stuff. Let me give you the average I have is about 2 pages worth of notes, and last week was about 3. No. Yeah, about 3 pages worth of notes. So there isn't that much to talk about this one, but that's okay. Just because there's not much doesn't mean it isn't substantial. Like I said, where do you guys want to start with on discussion? That cave dragon is awesome. I do like those voices. You are right, Twy. What you said earlier. Let me just state for the record that no, I don't think this is the greatest of episodes, not only of season 1, but the entire series. But I, to this day, don't understand where a lot of the hate for this episode comes from. And I've seen my fair share of hate with this episode. And again, to this day, I don't get it. Owl's Well That Ends Well, Dark Horse. We'll get to that in a second there, Matt the Shadow Man. But why don't we start with... What do we want to start with here? Why don't we just start talking about Spike? What do you guys have to say about Spike this episode? And yeah, I do have to agree with you on that, Dark Enigma. We'll get to that in a second. Trust me, you go where I go, not only just the wiki where I get most of my notes here, folks, but you go all over the place and you get your fair share of, vile, VMS-esque hate that you just go, really? Too. That might make a good point there, Mr. Ben. Something that always struck me great about this episode, though, was Spike. Why? Up until this point, we haven't had a lot around him in terms of character. Most of it was just, he's Twilight's assistant, he does his duties, and that's it. This episode, on the other hand, does something that I really like. We'll get to that in a second, Matt. I want to ask you about that, but just let me get my word out here. The thing that I love the most about Spike in this episode is that he's portrayed for what he truly is. A child. He's very proud of his job, being Twilight's #1 assistant. He's jealous and protective of that job when it's challenged. Pride and envy. What kind of person has these kind of characteristics where their job, their possession, their anything for that matter, has those kinds of emotions towards it when it's challenged? A kid. And believe it or not, folks, that's what Spike is. And I, for one, find it nice that he's actually portrayed that way. Okay, Matt, I want to ask you about that. Please elaborate on your note there about Spike being the most inconsistently written character in the series. His character is all over the place in the show, varies from writer to writer. Elaborate on that. Night, Michael. Which can be said for every character, Twilight is Magic. Go ahead, Matt. In the meantime, let's address that situation. You guys want to say anything about Twilight? I know most of you have been pointing out it's a surrogate mother-son, sister-brother, and worker-assistant relationship that those two have. Yeah, I agree. And again, something nice about this episode is that it highlights that mother-son relationship, wherein it doesn't seem to get highlighted until a little bit later. And even there, it's just some small examples. Well, I guess until Season 2, Episode 10, but that's another story entirely. I personally find that Spike can work as a primary character. Part of the problem with him, though, is the fact that he's not a pony. So it begs the question of, we, as the audience, why should we care? Or at least it's difficult for us to care about him, given that, again, he's not a pony. I do have to agree with that point, Twilight is Magic. Agreed, Rainbow Ash. If I know you guys are just using that Spike is twice slave thing as a joke, but in all seriousness, no, I don't see that. Not at all. And for the obvious reason of if he was a slave, don't you think he would be hating it? And I know there's a lot of psychological and conditioning things that we could go into, but I'm not going to. It's just silly. That's a good point, Mr. Ben. I would like to see that too. I don't know if we ever will, but it's certainly worth exploring. Yeah, this is one of those episodes wherein a lot of things are pretty plain faced. There's not much to talk about. I'm reading the the transcript as it's going on here. So you guys, I don't have to be speaking constantly. Sometimes I do just like to sit back and read what you guys have to say. Yeah, I know, yo. I know none of you guys were, but like I said, I was addressing it on a serious tone. That was all. That was all me. That's a good point, Trixie Muffin. I like that. I suppose the only difference, though, is that, of course, Spike isn't trying to. How do I want to put this? It's not as extreme as the CMCs, but I guess that's fairly obvious. Which I find weird. How was Just for Sidekicks a crappy episode? That was a fantastic episode. But that's just my opinion, I suppose. And that too, Twilight is Magic. I know we're probably jumping ships here and talking mostly about Spike-centered episodes, but I'll let this slide for now, since I think it was Rainbow Ash. Don't forget Secret of My Excess, which I think is a good episode. Yeah, here we are going about our favorite Spike episodes, but I'm fine with that. This isn't Cindy Morrow's first episode, Matt the Shadow Man, if I recall correctly. No, that's Chris Savino. But anyway, let me read this. Spike at Your Service is an oddball episode, Matt the Shadow Man, but we'll get there when we talk about it. For argument's sake, I'm going to ignore that for a minute. But do you honestly believe that, again, ignoring Spike at Your Service, these are bad, out of character, and I use that term very, very strictly. But there's a difference between character expansion and being written inconsistently. In this episode, as I stated, he's perceived more, for lack of better terms, human. His character is is centered around a more childlike note. And that doesn't mean he's out of character. It's an expansion of his character. Much like the same with Secret of My Excess. This is a character expansion, not only just on Spike, but of just dragons. Well, I guess maybe not even Spike in so much as just dragons. But the point is that the dragon idea in this universe is expanded upon. I'm guessing, Matt, that it's word count control. Right there, Twilight is Magic. As I was saying, in Secret of My Excess, the idea of a dragon is expanded upon. So the point I'm trying to make is again, that's more character expansion. Again, mostly on dragons, but it's expanding upon the mythos of a dragon in the world. And then Dragon Quest is expanding more upon the character of Spike himself, as in Spike the character, not as a dragon or as a pony or, well, that was odd, or anything of that nature. Give me a second, folks. It still is giving me character limits, Muffinshire. Matt, just keep piecing it bit by bit. That's basically right there, Trixie Muffin. Yeah, and the character count is still cut off. Or there's still a cutoff of the character limits, Matt the Shadow Man. Can't say that's ever happened before, though, the screensaver thing. And that's okay, Matt. That's what we do here. Yeah, that Twilight's summing up most of my thoughts right here. There is some continuity I want to bring up with those two episodes, those last two episodes you brought up, Mr. Ben. But we'll get there when we get there. But you do raise a good point on it. Agreed, Twilight is Magic. That I do agree with. That Spike at Your Service is... There's a reason I think that it's after Dragon Quest. But again, we'll get there when we get there. Just a quick question for everyone. Is the stream and everything just fine? You know, no lag, sounds fine, video's good, all that fun jazz? I know it's a bit abrupt, but work with me here. Rainbow Ash, that's exactly where my continuity ideas come from, is after the events of Dragon Quest, the Dragon Code comes from what he saw. Of course, it's never explicitly stated, but you, I suppose, go so far as to implicitly believe it. Certainly, Matt. That's certainly a possibility. It certainly is possible. I have to disagree with you on that, Trixie Muffins. That last bit. Or I guess you did say yet. Never mind. I never read the yet part. Kill, burn, eat, treasure. Kill, burn, eat, treasure. Anyway, let's not talk about Spike at Your Service. We're not there yet. So let's... It sounds like we are done when it comes to... You know, I've got all my notes done here. But one of the things that I will bring up is... There is actually... Do I feel that Spike is a character that needed a stronger backstory, perhaps? Backstories are just backgrounds. You can start with a blank slate and develop it from there. So I would say no. And that's, you know, that's all of these characters' cases, well, most of it anyway, is blank slates that we develop as time goes on. There, yeah, I know we just had the previous episode, but I digress. But in this case, I would say not necessarily. Yeah, what Miss Twilight is Magic is saying. I want to shift gears a little bit here, folks. What do you guys have to say about Aloysius? Twilight is Magic. We'll get to that in a second, Rainbow Ash. But I just want your guys' anything you have to say about Owlowiscious. Is owls. Dark Horse. I know this is just me being, I don't know how you want to say it, a fan, or I'm reaching here, or anything of that nature. No, Mr. Bennett. Aloysius is a pretty cool guy. It helps Twilight and doesn't afraid of anything. This is probably just me extending, but yeah, that's basically what I'm going to go on Twilight is Magic. For those of you who don't know, Athena is the goddess, the Greek goddess of wisdom. Twilight is probably the smartest of the bunch. Athena agreed, J.E. Smith. Athena had an owl named Glaucus. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, which means the owl of Athena. So, yeah, I'm with you, Twilight is Magic. I think it's very, very appropriate that Twilight has an owl as a pet. And, of course, this kind of just even more expands upon the notion of all these Greek mythology references this show keeps making. Mm-hmm. More Greek. Like I said, it's never been explicitly stated, but and I'm probably reaching on this, but I don't think I'm too far off. Matt, I have no clue why so many of the pets in this show are trolls. In Aloysius' cases, bear with him, he can't say anything except, whoo. But I know what you're referring to, and in that respect, it's probably just more for the comedy aspects of it. That's the second time I've seen that very notion, Twilight is Magic. Otakon. Night, Lil B. Okay, no, that was a different owl, Mr. Ben. All right, let's focus on the episode overall now. So what do you guys have to say about the overall episode? And I'm just kind of trying to keep moving things along here. I know I kind of already gave mine away, but as you guys are continuing to type, I'll give you my impression on this episode. As I said, no, I don't think this is the greatest of episodes in the entire, not only the entire series, but of season 1. The biggest reason is it's just not strong storytelling. It doesn't pop to me. It doesn't say, whoa, here's something really cool, like episode 19 or 20 of this season. It falls more on par with Swarm of the Century to me, and I know only one person's going to get that, but work with me here. Yeah, as Twilight put it here, it's a middle range thing. That's about where it sits with me. I put it under the notion of it's great for breaking up the monotony of, say, like all those great episodes, but it's definitely not something I would say, hey people, let's watch this one, or let's watch this one just because I don't know, everyone loves it, or something like that. Okay, yeah, Rainbow Ash, I'm sorry I missed those. That I let's talk about that for a quick second. RD and Scootaloo's interactions. When I'm writing a lot of these notes, I oftentimes don't go over small things like that, but sometimes there are small things that do work. That's a good note to add too, Matt the Shadow Man. Okay. I'm just, we said about the RD and Scootaloo interaction, so I'm just kind of, I'm just waiting if Rainbow Ash in particular is going to say anything about it. The thing about this, though, the reason I didn't bring it up was just because we already know it at this point, and this episode doesn't do anything to further that. Not until of course, not until we get to season 3, but it's worth bringing up. Yeah. Anything. Yeah, unfortunately, all our dirty minds had to go there, Twilight is Magic. Thank you. Join the club, Mr. Ben. Well, just take a look at the previous episode, Rainbow Ash. Not only that, but where was it? Actually, that was it. That was the previous episode was the only thing that ever really built upon that. But, or at least it established it, I will say. Agreed. Until season 3, most of those were just hinted at, and everything about Scootaloo's adoration for RD was just hinted at, or it was never expanded upon. But again, we'll get there when we get there. For now, it is worth mentioning, and I will say that. And when we get to season 3, episode 6, we'll talk about it in much greater detail. Most likely hitting and hammering upon the most important points, like Ne'er-do-well and this episode, the previous episode, and etc. That pretty much sums it up right there, Mr. Ben. Okay, while we're talking about it, let's discuss Spike's villain costume. Something I will say about that costume, folks, that's a melodrama-esque villain's costume. I can't stress enough, if you ever get a chance to go to a melodrama, go to it. You're going to have a lot of fun with it. Why? Well, let me put it to you this way. It's hammy, it's corny, it's a lot of fun. And you, the audience, get to interact with it. It's kind of like this show, wherein here I am up here dancing, speaking, and voice acting for you guys, and you guys get to laugh. You get to say, that sucks, that's funny, that's adorable, etc., etc. Mr. Ben. And of course, with the old-timey piano going. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I do agree with all y'all who are saying it's not the greatest, but not the worst either. But that's just me. Twy. Okay, I think that's about all I have to say. Do you guys have any final thoughts on the on whether the episode, the show, or anything of that? Serenity. All right, I think that's about all everyone's covered. So let me check my notes if there are any last minute things I have to say. No, no. Shown it all. Oh. We did Dark Enigma. We did. All right, then I'm going to wrap it up here. Don't forget to check us out on our website, babblewithbronies.tripod.com. Check out our contact pages. We have quite a few. Our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube pages. We're continuing to upload our YouTube page or YouTube account with all of our previous episodes. There are holes, and I'll explain why. I'll probably explain why in the description. Anyway, go to the site, check it out, like us on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next week, we're going to watch Season 1, Episode 25, and the episode after that, I've got an interview all but secured at this point. I'm really hoping to get in on... really got to fix that. Anyway, interview 2 weeks from now, and after that, just carry on from there. Until then, I want to thank you, everyone who joined in and participated with us. I want to especially thank everyone who stuck with us from beginning to end, despite all of our shortcomings here. For Babble with Bronies, I'm Everlasting Joy. My co-workers, Twilight is Magic and Mr. Ben. I want to thank you all for coming again. And until then, take care.